Hey cutie foodies, it's the one and only Sweet Pea here, and today we have a smorgasbord of food here. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I was eating some of my cucumbers, but I don't like the skin. And this is still, oh, this is still my, remember I had bought those big ass cucumbers, and these have like a whole lot of seeds in the middle, and I don't like that either. If it was much smaller, then I would be able to stomach it, but nah, it's a lot of damn seeds, y'all. So I got my little napkins and my throwaway bag right here. Got some notes on the other side because this one is a bit of a doozy. So first I want to say, if you're watching this, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notification bells because YouTube a little bit lazy with them notifications. Also, if you have any food suggestions or topic suggestions, send those to itsweetpea87@gmail.com. That's ITSSWEETP87@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow me at It's Sweet Pea, and that's ITS_. Damn! I do this every time, you guys. I'm so dumb. Okay. ITS_SWEETP. That's It's Sweet Pea. Jeez Louise. Okay. Anyway. So what we have to eat today, I'm excited. We have big ass cucumbers, corn. I was munching on that corn too. It's garlic butter corn, delicious. We have some blue crab. I've already cleaned, deshelled, with the exception of the legs. I have some rice and curry potatoes here with cheese, hot peppers, hot banana peppers, boiled eggs. I have some green pepper Tabasco, some hot habanero Tabasco that I might not even use, water as you can see, and then my simple sauce right here. So I'm gonna get started. Maybe I'll start with an egg. I've been trying not to, oh good lord, since I've been sitting on my bed, I've been like kind of hunched over talking to you guys while I eat, and it's really constricting me from being able to eat properly, and I can't really breathe most of the time. So it is what it is. One of these days I'll have a nice little setup, but this will do for now. Y'all remember, I don't like egg yolk. So anybody that like it and get mad that I ain't eating it, tough shit, because I don't want it. I tried it once for y'all, and that's good enough for me. So I hope everybody's day is good. Hopefully my camera don't cut off. Well, my phone, because that's what I use to film. Thumbnail. My hair look right. If it don't, oh well. Let me do that one more time. All right, I'm gonna creep y'all out enough. I'm gonna keep digging in, and then we'll get started because I want to munch into this, and y'all can see I've been tearing up this corn. I've been munching into. I want to munch into everything. At least get a bite before I start talking to y'all. I know it's supposed to be the 31 Days of Halloween, but it's this movie that I've been watching for like a good damn 2 years that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I can't get it out my head. I continuously watch it all the time, and I just need to talk to you guys about it because I feel a certain way about it. And I want to make sure I'm not by myself, even if I am. Like, who the fuck cares? But something gotta give. Our justice system is chopped and screwed, and our mental health care system is totally fucked. I'm stuff running down my leg. Like, this movie that I'm going to be talking to you guys about is a documentary, and it's based off of what happened to this mentally disabled woman in New Hampshire. Look at that cheese. Ooh, hot. Usually I put shrimp in these potatoes. Last night I just didn't feel like it. But it's still good with all the cheese. It's like curry home fries. I put other seasoning in it too, but I don't want to fill myself up with too much starch. So this movie has been shown in cities all around the world. It had a limited screen release, but that was shown all around the world as well. I believe it received an award at a Canadian film festival, and it's been shown at several film festivals as well. It had a great score with Rotten Tomatoes. It was reviewed by 25. Oh, it was cold. 25 different movie critics. It came out in either 2016 or 2017. I don't remember. I didn't write that part in my notes. But it also aired on PBS in 2018, I believe, in April. But I've been watching it on Netflix. And the name of this docu-film, and these are blue crabs, by the way. I don't remember if I said that or not. But the name of this docu-film is called God Knows Where I Am. And if you've never seen it and you have Netflix, I need you to check it out. If you know somebody with a Netflix account, juicy. If you know someone with a Netflix account, hopefully they'll let you watch it. If you know anybody that suffers from mental health. You should watch it. And hopefully, with this film, and maybe others like it, there can be more awareness of mental health facilities, how mentally incapable people are treated. And all that should go down. So I'm going to refer to my notes every now and again. But this story is about a woman named Linda Bishop. Now, she was a homeless woman that lived in New Hampshire. She wasn't always homeless. She wasn't always mentally incapable. But she was very vibrant. A lot of her friends and her family said that she was super funny, very outgoing, tremendously independent. At one point in time, she was married and she had a daughter, and she doted on her daughter, especially after her divorce with her husband, and she always kept a job. She taught her daughter basically everything that she knew, especially about camping, the outdoors. She loved the outdoors. She loved foraging and different things like that. Like, she was a woman's man. Or is it a man's woman? I don't fucking know. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. She was the outdoorsy type. She was very highly intelligent. And everybody basically loved her. Now, they had her sister in this film. They had her adult daughter in this film. Also, some of the healthcare officials that took care of her. The people whose house she was staying in, and I'll get to that in a minute. The man that found her, and I'll get to that in a minute. He was there briefly. And the police officers that were investigating her death. Yeah, death. It was not a murder, but someone still died or passed away, and they didn't have to. And I have some snow crab too, you guys. I just haven't eaten it on camera yet, but I will soon. So if you want to see that, give this video a like. So in May of 2018, a gentleman went to a house that he knew was for sale. Checking out the house. It was a farmhouse. Pembroke Farm in New Hampshire. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, ever seen it, drove past it, lived in it, live across or next to it. They have neighbors. But he's peering into all these windows, checking out the house because it was locked. And when he got to the bay window, he noticed someone laying on the floor. As he peered in closer, he noticed there was a woman. She had no shoes on her feet, no gloves on, no hat or anything. Her face was visible. So what I can gather from that is that she was laying on her back. Naturally, he called the police. Police came. All the doors were locked from the inside, which was unusual because, like I said, this farmhouse was for sale, and the owners really didn't lock it up. It's a rural type of neighborhood. They had neighbors looking out. And they weren't really thinking much of locking any doors. So when the police came, they were trying to figure out, like, who is this lady? Why is she in here? You know, what's going on? And they looked all through the house. It was a very large house. To see if they could find any clue or any inkling of who this woman was. And one of the police officers came upon 2 notebooks, which was basically diaries that Linda was keeping since she went into the house. Ironically enough, that's how they found out her name, her age, date of birth, and social security number. I'm gonna try to get through this, y'all, so I could edit this and post this up tonight, because it's raining and all I want to do is relax, take my drawers off, take my bra off. You know how it is, ladies, especially when you got big ones. But anyway, and relax and wait for American Horror Story to come on tonight. If you hear that, it's sirens. Sorry, not sorry. I don't have nothing to do with that. No control. And by the way, this is 6 crabs down here. They're male. I prefer the male. They're a little bit bigger than the female. These aren't large at all. They're medium size. One of these days I'll be able to afford some large blue crabs or extra large. And I just cleaned them up, deshelled them. So I can make this much quicker. Because the last time I tried to film with crabs, I didn't even get through one. I was eating a whole bunch of legs. My story was done. And I did not feel like sitting here busting open no damn crabs. And I had bought another bag of these right here while I was sick. Because let me tell you something. Crabs, no matter what kind they are, is my favorite food. They all have different textures and different flavors, contrary to what some people may believe. And I just love it. So, sick or not, I was tearing these things up. And that's why I was MIA for a little bit. Sorry about that, but I'm back. So, yeah. Anyway, he distinctly remembers one of the passages, I believe is the beginning passage from her diaries, and it reads, "To whomever finds my body, know that my death was a result of domestic violence." She lists her name, her date of birth, her social security number, and in a little box, it says, "Jesus, take me home." Now, in this house that she was staying in, like I said, it was for sale. I don't know if it was for sale, or for rent, because the people that owned it was a brother and sister, so I'm assuming they received it in inheritance. And, you know, they lived their own lives about an hour away. But they always checked on the house. They had neighbors checking into the house. And it was no heat, no electricity. And Linda was in this large house in the dead of winter in New Hampshire. And I don't know if you guys ever been to way up northern east United States. It's fucking freezing out there during the winter, okay? I went to Vermont one time during the winter, which is a state above or to the side, whatever the hell, of New Hampshire, because New Hampshire is a smaller state. I ain't going back out there in the winter. I hate being in New Jersey in the winter, so I don't see how she survived through the winter months, or through some of the winter months with no heat. And they said that winter was brutal. It was one of the worst winters that New Hampshire saw in a while. And she survived through it. So, of course, in true police fashion, they pulled dental records, and it indeed is Linda Bishop. They reach out to her family, of course, you know, next of kin, to inform them that she's passed away. But back to this brother and sister. I want to say Linda was living in this house, or squatting rather, for about probably like 4 months. And during that time, remember I said it was neighbors, nobody ever saw her, including the people that owned the house. And they even admitted that they went past the house to go get a few things. They had a tenant, and the tenant had recently moved out, and they still had some stuff in the attic from like childhood or whatever, and they wanted to retrieve some items. And when they pulled up, the sister had told her brother, you know, that she saw somebody standing or peering out of the window in the attic. And he's like, no, like, there's nobody in there. And sure enough, they went to go open the door, or he did rather, and the doors were locked from the inside. Now, The only thing that I'm going to say about this brother and sister is that it's kind of weird. Because for me, if I know I own a home and I left the doors unlocked, my sister says she saw somebody in the window, I go to the door and the doors are locked, I'm calling the cops. I guess they do it differently in New Hampshire. The brother, broke in to the house through the cellar door, looked all around the house, didn't see anybody. She was still in that house, but he didn't see anybody. So they got what they came for and they left. Never calling the cops or anything because they didn't see anybody when they went in. But like I said, if you knew that you locked the door, you left the door unlocked, and even if the neighbor said they didn't see anything or anybody, I still would have called the cops because there's no reason for my door to be locked from the inside and I can't get in and I know I left it unlocked. But that's just me. So after they left, of course, like any squatter, she came from out of hiding. And all of this she's writing in her diary. She saw them come and everything. She knew it was neighbors and the whole bit. Now back to the family finding out she was deceased. They were totally shocked. Why do you say? Let me tell you. The family was shocked and angry because Linda Bishop, to their knowledge, was still in a psychiatric ward. Psychiatric hospital in New Hampshire. This is what they believed. They had no information otherwise, so they never even knew that she had been released. So let me give you a little background history on how she ended up there. Her daughter spoke very highly of her mom. She said she had a wonderful childhood. until her illness came about. She said she was never really sure if she was embarrassed, but to me that says she was embarrassed and ashamed. No fault to her. Any child in that situation would definitely feel embarrassed because your mom is not like all other moms who's not mentally all the way there. Got me a little Oreo. My sister and my nephew talking in the background, so y'all hear that, oh well. But check this out. My camera cut off. I've been waiting a damn hour to try to finish this video. I don't remember where I left off at, but check this out. Linda was committed to a hospital. She kept refusing treatment. The hospital staff tried to get her sister to be her guardian, which if you have a guardian and you're mentally incapable, basically that says that your guardian has control over your care. So you have to take medicine, then it's like, oh, your guardian said you have to take this, your guardian said you have to do therapy, blah, blah, blah. You have to do it. So it's basically like her sister would have been her parent. Then the judge, God bless America, was like, oh no, she doesn't need a guardian because her dumbass lawyer put her in the stand, and just because she could speak very articulate, they just assumed that, you know, she would be fine. Hell no, she's schizophrenic. Just because she can talk to you like any other person would talk to you or testify or whatever, at that present moment, she was okay. But not really okay? Like, what the fuck? So, anyway, they told her she didn't need a guardian. They sent her back to the hospital. After a year of her refusing treatment, they, you know, were just like, to hell with it. They let her go. Never told her family. And it doesn't make any sense because anybody that's leaving from prison or jail or anything like that, they have to have somewhere to go. So they always check the family. They always call maybe like a halfway house if they don't have any family members that will take them in, or like any friends or anything that don't have a record that won't take them in. So why didn't they do the same thing for her? That's how she came upon Fenbrook Farm. And she was there for 4 months. She survived through the brutal winter for 4 months, over a span of time, up until her body was found in May. I believe she died somewhere between the end of December and the beginning of January. So her body was there for a while, but since it was so cold, it was still sort of preserved. Anyway, she survived off of eating apples that she found around the farm, rainwater, and snow. And it was like a little pocket on the floor, I believe it was in the living room, of like some heat that was coming off of it. So needless to say, it's very sad. She didn't have to die that way. She didn't have to be alone. She didn't have to be scared. They, you know, could have said, oh, well, she could have reached out to the neighbors. There was plenty of people around. But when you are suffering from hallucinations and delusions, and you thinking that people are against you, and you're thinking that people are out to get you and they're trying to kill you, and the Chinese mafia is after you, and then dragons are down the street, why the hell would you go and try to get help when you don't trust anybody because you're schizophrenic and you're not on medication? Our justice system and our mental health care facilities and our mental health care system is totally fucked. And nobody's going to do anything about it because we as people, we run and hide from things that we don't understand. And if we don't understand it, then it's not right. And we don't care about it. We wash our hands of it. We throw it away. And that's not good. It's so many people out here now that you think are drug addicts or they're winos, and they're not. They're really manic depressive, bipolar, or schizophrenic, or they have schizoaffective disorder with bipolar disorder, or a mixture of all of these disorders, and they're out on the street because they're running from something and they can't help it. We can figure out a way to help them. So if you have somebody in your family or a friend of yours that is suffering from mental health incapabilities, then try to do your best as you can, is